day 6, 13 Days of Halloween. Another controversial one today, possibly. I watched Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Yeah, this was a really cool film. It was like, it wasn't a sequel to A Nightmare on Elm Street. It was like in the real world, and Freddy was attacking the actors of the movie, specifically Heather Langenkamp, who plays Nancy in the first and third movie, I believe. I'm not sure if she's in the fourth one, I'm not sure. But I don't know what Wes Craven was smoking when he wrote this one, but it's a weird bit of genius. Very weird bit of genius. The colour's going a bit ape at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Anyway. I love the intro to the film. It looks just like the intro to the original film. You've got like somebody wearing the stripy shirt and they're working on the clawed hand. You know, the glove. And as it zooms out, it's actually a film set. And they're working on the robot hand that's going to start crawling by itself. And then the hand goes berserk and kills everyone. And then turns out it was a dream. So straight away it's like, has he started already, or was it just a random nightmare? We don't know. Yeah, I love the change of dynamic for this film. It's very different, but cool different, I guess. The only thing is, Heather said I think Heather said she would do a final Nightmare on Elm Street movie. It's going to be weird now that we've seen her play herself, though, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I mean, I would dig it if it happened. I would watch it. I would like to see another movie, especially, again, she's the hero. You need to... Halloween, they brought back the hero for... Well, it's going to be one final movie, but I think they're going to do more. Scream, they brought back the hero for one final movie. So maybe they should do it with this, you know, bring her back, and then we could have one final... I mean, this probably would have been it if they didn't have made more. But I don't know if Freddy v Jason is canon. So maybe this was the last film, other than the remake, but that's like the first one all over again. I love the scene where that she's doing an interview on TV, and then Robert Englund pops up in costume, and she's like wetting up. I think Robert Englund, he loves to play with the character, though. I think you hear all sorts of like fake news, I think, like, oh, why Robert Englund's never gonna do another movie, and it's like, I think he loves the role, you know. It's just, maybe he's just waiting for a good script or something, you know. I'm holding out for that good script so I can see him play him one more time. Because I think the problem with the remake was, I think they didn't want Freddy to have as many lines. They wanted him to be less human and more scary, which it sounds good on paper, but I think it's just, even if he didn't have any lines, Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger. Not really, he's lovely apparently. But it's like, there was something in his performance that wasn't made the character magical. I think it's not just a case of any old sod could play him, or just a CGI character could do it. You know, I think it is Rob Englund that made the character awesome. I think he would said if they did do a remake, he wanted Kevin Bacon to take on the role, which would be really cool because, well, one, I think they're friends anyway. Two, Kevin Bacon loves horror movies. He takes them seriously. And of course, Kevin Bacon's first movie, well, not first, one of his first movies was Friday the 13th, Part 1. So it's like, the two films are almost related, so it'd be like going back to his past almost, so it'd be really cool. She gets called in for a meeting to ask her if she wants to be in a new Nightmare movie. And I love that they use the New Line Cinema building. I'm just like, on the nose. It did the same thing in Part 2. I was like, you crafty so-and-sos. What was really cool is the guy who played her father plays the actor in this film, but he's almost like a father figure anyway, which is really cool. I mean, I guess he's just a friend from the set. you know. But I mean, maybe he does have some like good advice for her. Maybe he is like a second father. There was a weird bit at the end where he actually started acting like he was her father. I think Freddie wanted her to be Nancy. I think it's complicated. When I don't know if in the film Robert Englund had nightmares too, but he was painting his picture, and he's like Freddy but more evil, and he's painting Freddy but more evil. But I think that was what Wes originally wanted for the first film. He wanted Freddy to be scary with less lines and more creepy, you know. So this is probably what Wes wanted in the first place. I think he censored or was it too scary or something? So he kind of made a funnier, more kooky Freddy, and he wasn't. I don't think he was entirely happy with it, which is the reason he did this film. So I don't know what Robert Englund saw, because he doesn't really come back to it after the scene with the paintings. Because I want to know what Wes Craven dreamt, because he basically dreamt this entire film. I think is the idea. I don't know if he did in real life or not. But in the film, he dreamt the entire film, and yeah. So he writes the script. And you can see in the script he's wrote down the conversation that they just had before they had it, which is really weird. And I think he said, whatever this is, it's not Freddy, because Freddy is a character in a film. But I think it was an ancient thing, maybe a demon or like a Sandman, or don't know. If you know, drop a comment. But it's something else that's. I think it's seen how scary Freddy is, especially to her personally, and it's basically become that. I think it basically has become Freddy now, because I think it likes being Freddy. It's working. It's because she's scared of it, obviously, and it's having an effect on her, and it's having an effect on her child. I think so. It's not actually Freddy. It's like something masking itself as Freddy. God knows what that thing is. At the end of the film, you do see its face. It looks like a demon, maybe. I'm not sure. I want to know how much Wes did dream, though. I noticed one thing about the film. No one refers to the movie as A Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know why. There is probably a bit of trivia for that, but I haven't googled any trivia because I'm lazy. But I noticed they referred to it as the Nightmare movies and the Freddy Krueger movies, but no one actually used the correct title of the film, which is quite funny. So maybe it's not even the same movement, but it's like a parallel universe or something. This film sounds like it was higher, like written by someone higher. But anyway, so I'll believe a parallel universe if they popped that little egg in there. Yeah, I think the idea was Freddy, or the fake Freddy, wanted her to become Nancy. I think because it's like the dad was acting like the dad from the film. Like he even had his police badge, his gun, and the car turned into a police car. When he like came out of the bed. And he took the child. I love that she knew it was a trap, but every hero has to walk into a trap, even though they know it's a trap. So everyone's sitting there going, "Don't go in there, Nancy, it's a trap," or Heather, or whatever the hell your name is. You know, but it's like Batman. Batman knows it's a trap, but you've got to save Robin. You know, so she is the hero of this movie, therefore she must do stupid hero things. It's in her like brain that she has to do these things. The stakes are higher in this film. She's not just saving herself, she's saving her son. And I think the son, she was reading the son, Hansel and Gretel, and specifically the scene where they trick the witch into going into the furnace so they can burn her alive. And this kid, he remembered that he did the same thing to Freddy. He goes into the furnace. Freddy tries to go in after him, but he's too big, and then she goes up behind him and like stabs him and shoves him in. And they think they burn him alive, and that killed it. Like, definitively kills it. They could have done a sequel to this if they wanted to, I reckon, because Freddy can die, but Freddy's never dead. He's a spirit, not an actual being. Like, not a living being, he's a spirit, so he can just come back, I guess. Oh, and then they found the script at the end, the script for the film, and it was like, there was no movie, only her life, or something weird. But I love it, that was the script for the film that we just watched. And she starts reading the script to the child, and it's like, the camera shows someone working on the Freddy Krueger hand, and then it zooms out to reveal it's a film set, and I'm like, holy shit, that, as much as I know this is a film about the film I'm watching, it's like, Wes Craven wrote the movie in the movie. Imagine if that was a true story, we don't know. Food for thought. The only criticism I'll say for this film, it doesn't feel like a standalone film, because like Freddy, or the whatever it is, Freddy, it's kind of weak. I mean, she like beats him up, the kid stabs him in the leg, they throw him in the furnace, and it's like one and done. There's no like fake ending. And as much as fake endings piss me off, like Lord of the Rings, like, you know, Gollum comes back like 5 times, it's like, the movie is like, if this is a one and done, you think he would have held on that little bit longer, but he died pretty easily. So the only criticism I have for this film is that I think Freddy was a bit weak. Other than that, I'll give it a good 8 out of 10. Like, the 2 points was for Freddy. Like, he should have like come this close to killing them, or maybe scarred them up a little bit more, you know, so they look all messed up, you know, whatever, I don't know. I really hope we get more Nightmare on Elm Street films. They will never get old. I think I've run out of things to say on this one. Keeping it short. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy Halloween. J-Man out.